Let's be honest with each other for a second. Have you ever watched a show and fallen so deeply in love with a character that you also, occasionally, wanted to gently shake them by the shoulders and ask, "What are you doing?" If you've spent any time in the sun-drenched, heartbreaking world of Cousins Beach, then you know exactly who I'm talking about, Isabel Belly Conklin. It's easy to toss around phrases like main character syndrome when talking about Belly, the heart and soul of the summer I turned pretty. But let's give the girl a break. She is the main character. Her story is the one we're all here for. From the moment she steps out of the car for that first fateful summer, the world of the show, and more specifically, the worlds of brothers Conrad and Jeremiah Fisher, begin to spin around her. She's the girl who was nicknamed Belly, the girl who spent her life feeling invisible until one summer, she suddenly wasn't. That kind of shift is enough to give anyone whiplash, let alone a teenager navigating the treacherous waters of first love, friendship, and family. Thanks to a performance by Lola Tongue that is nothing short of magnetic, you can't help but root for Belly. You see your own awkward teenage years in her, your own first crushes, your own devastating heartbreaks. She feels real. And because she's real, she's messy. She makes mistakes, big, frustrating, sometimes infuriating mistakes that have us yelling at our screens. While the show is a master of weaving through time with flashbacks, we get to watch Belly grow up, and with that growth comes some serious growing pains. So, let's dive into the moments that tested our love, starting with one of her most painful missteps. Imagine this: you're barely an adult, and you're navigating a relationship with someone you've loved your entire life. But things get complicated. The boy you love, Jeremiah, cheats on you, shattering your trust. Then, life throws an unthinkable curveball: your brother, Stephen, gets into a horrific car accident. In the dizzying aftermath of trauma and fear, Jeremiah is there. He's a comforting presence in the chaos, and in a moment of pure, sleep-deprived, emotional desperation, he proposes. And you, still reeling from everything, say yes. This is the whirlwind that leads to one of Belly's most heart-wrenching conflicts, not with a boy, but with her own mother. When Laurel, her mom and absolute rock, finds out about the engagement, she does what any loving parent would do: she objects. She sees two kids, far too young and unprepared, making a life-altering decision based on trauma and fear, not stable love. But Belly, feeling cornered and desperate to prove she's in control of her life, digs in her heels. The ensuing argument is brutal. It's not just a disagreement, it's a screaming match filled with tearful accusations and slammed doors. Watching Belly lash out at Laurel is agonizing because we know Laurel is right. We see a daughter so lost in her own storm that she can't see the lighthouse her mother is trying to be. It's a terrible, ugly fight that leaves both of them broken, and it's a stark reminder of how, in our darkest moments, we sometimes hurt the ones who love us most. But as difficult as that was to watch, it wasn't her worst moment. To find that, we have to go back to a day shrouded in grief, the day of Susanna's funeral. The air is heavy, and every heart in the room is shattered. Conrad, the boy who owned Belly's heart first, is a ghost of himself, drowning in the loss of his mother. Before this, he had already broken Belly's heart, ending things at her prom in a haze of his own silent suffering. Yet, seeing him so broken, Belly's first instinct is to care for him. She makes him a plate of food, a small act of love in a sea of pain. And then, she sees it. She finds Conrad upstairs, being comforted by his ex-girlfriend, Aubrey. In that single, devastating moment, Belly's grief, her insecurity, and her heartbreak collide into an unstoppable force. She doesn't see a boy being helped through a panic attack, she doesn't know that's what's happening. She only sees the boy who rejected her turning to someone else. The fight that follows is the stuff of legend, perfectly set to Fleetwood Mac's Silver Springs. It's a raw, vicious explosion of hurt. When Conrad, pushed to his absolute limit, tells her to grow up, she fires back, "Go to hell." It is a catastrophic misreading of the room, of the moment, of his pain. At his mother's funeral, a day that was supposed to be about honoring the woman who was a second mother to her, Belly made his grief about her own heartbreak. It was a profoundly selfish, albeit unintentionally cruel, moment that stands as the ultimate example of her youth and self-absorption. Yet, even after all that, we can't help but love Belly. Why? Because her flaws are what make her human. We see ourselves in her mistakes. We remember what it felt like to be a teenager, when every emotion was a tidal wave and every heartbreak felt like the end of the world. Belly is a beautiful, chaotic work in progress, and her journey is a testament to the messy business of growing up. And that's a story we'll keep coming back for, summer after summer.